Majojan, and Juanito in Acamal, Mexico. If you're wondering about the flowing robes, it's because I'm actually the great sage of Mount Acamal, which is absolutely flat next to the ocean, next to the great Caribbean Sea. So I'm a little cold in my little casita at something like 6 in the morning. And I've slept a lot and been up for a long time now. And the roosters are starting to crow. My friend Cesar says, yeah, they do that at the first light of the day. No, they do it whenever they feel like it. Like me. They sound off when they have something to say. And it's not going to be light for another hour or so. I'm throwing a party today. And whoever comes is the right people. And I want to talk about that principle. Yesterday at the coffee shop, a guy who we used to be tight. There was a lot of energy behind our friendship, and we were each enjoying each other a lot. But he's turned kind of cold towards me lately, and I could make up, explanations for that. But bottom line is, I don't know. But yesterday, he, in kind of a cynical and even felt like there was an aggressive edge to it, said, "So, do you know of anybody who's coming to this party you're throwing tomorrow?" And at the moment, I could only think of one person. I said, mostly people have not RSVP'd. You don't, doesn't seem like you do that in Mexico. It used to be when I threw a party, I'd ask people through RSVP. But that's French, Responde si vous plaît. Respond if you wish. 95% of the people who are coming are Spanish speakers. They're basically all Mexican. Uh, I'm not aware of any non-Mexican who's planning to come. Some of them speak some English, and some of them speak pretty good English. And I don't know. And then, so I got home. I was a little offended by it. Like, you kind of want this party to fail, don't you? You're kind of hoping that it'll humble me a little bit. Well, I don't know. And then, so I got home, and I threw myself into working on the playlist because for me, the heart of the party today now is going to be dancing in my little casita. That table will be outside. We'll have food outside and lots of room for dancing. And my friend Mirna from the coffee shop is bringing her big Bolsinas Bluetooth speaker. It's not huge, but it's good enough to fill this room. So I was adding songs and dancing and adding songs and dancing and getting more and more excited. Spent way too much time. I had just danced my little ass off last night and got more and more excited and kept remembering people who said they probably would come or they were coming. And finally, like 9 o'clock last night, uh, I had sent out a bunch of materials to people who I had their info. Uh, a little minute and a half video I had shot from the front yard inviting people, stuff like that. And so last night, to those people who I had the information, I sent one of my playlists that I've created. And I said, here's the playlist for the party tomorrow. You better start dancing now because it's 5.5 hours long. And then it ended up being 7.5 hours later last night. So I sent that out to some people. And this really great guy, Edmundo, who he had said that he and his daughter, Itzayana, it's a Mayan name. Her mom is Mayan. Have said they're definitely planning to come. So he responded to the playlist by saying, well, let's get started. Like they were about to turn on and dance for 5 hours. and, and I replied, I said, my image is that all over the Pueblo there are people dancing to this playlist. But I got a hunch it's just you and me, and I'm laying flat on my back in the bed, which I was. But soon afterwards, I was up and dancing again. So I don't know. And so this morning I was sitting here going, whoever comes is the right people. Who said that? And before I could plug it into Google, I knew who it was. It was Harrison Owen, who created something called Open Space Technology, which is a wonderful, wide open set of policies for running meetings. And I think I took a workshop with him one day. But in my long professional career, I took so many workshops, I can't remember. I can't remember. Maybe it was somebody else. Certainly, I was in other meetings that were following open space technology, which is wide open. It's whoever comes is the right people. Whenever it starts is the right time. Don't worry about the clock. When it's over, it's over. And I think they call it the Great Law. I'm going to include a little snapshot of this. The Great Law is if at any time in one of the subgroup meetings you're in, you find yourself neither contributing nor learning anything, take responsibility to move your feet and get the hell out of that room and go someplace else. Maybe just hang out in the hall and chat with somebody, or maybe go for a walk, or do something that's more. Take responsibility for yourself. If you can't add something, leave and do something else. Yeah. So if you're dancing and nothing's happening, you don't even know what you're doing anymore. I often will just stop on the dance floor and wait to see if something comes. And typically, then I'll find the beat again and start to dance again. Or I'll say, "Oh, I'm done with dancing for now. Let's go out and see who's out in the yard, or let's go out in the street and have a smoke, or let's go for a walk, or let's do something else. Do something else. You always can do something," and I just made a video about that. So I am content that I've said what I was meaning to say, and maybe somebody will hear it eventually. But whoever watches this video is the right people. I hope that helps you feel good about yourself because you're the right people. All right. Go about your business.